this episode of True Sleuths, our experts set out to shed some light on what actually happens to your headlights as they age. Do they just burn out, or do they dim over time? Who are our experts? Greg Bibbo and Joe Swaddell.
Got my game face on.
Two bright minds from Sylvania Automotive Lighting with more than 38 years of experience with bulbs, ballasts, and beams.
Do headlights dim over time?
Well, let's think about what the science tells us. We turn a headlight on, the tungsten's energized at what?
A little over 3K.
So 3,000 Kelvin, at that temperature, tungsten's boiling off. It's literally boiling off. So tungsten molecules are coming off. On a halogen bulb, they're not always going back in the same spot. Well, I mean, and here's an example with a signal bulb.
That's right.
You can see it more clearly on a signal bulb, but you get a new one in your hand, and there's one that's been burnt for a while, and we can see the tungsten coming off and sticking on the bulb wall.
Yeah, it's quite evident that this bulb has some significant life on it, and this is brand new.
Right. I mean, another way of looking at it, here's Joe when he was a teenager. Here's Joe, mid-40s as an engineer. Same process is going on with a halogen bulb, but you just can't see it because the tungsten goes back on the filament somewhere else.
I mean, I know that, Greg, and you know that, but how can we test for that?
We're in the scanning electron microscope lab because we want to get a better look at how the tungsten filament inside a headlamp looks when it's new and at various stages of life. We've got 3 samples in the SEM right now. So sample 1 is a brand new filament.
Which shows 0 hours of life, so there's no tungsten burn off. The surface should be undisturbed.
If we popped an older one in the SEM, you wouldn't see as many of those lines.
So then, of course, the last and probably the worst is that near burnt out condition of a tungsten coil.
And as it's changing, you're getting hot spots, you're getting weak spots. The light that's coming off, it's going to be non-uniform, and over time, you're ultimately going to get to filament failure. Overall, that was a really good day. We got a lot done.
Yeah, that was a scientific explanation, but let's go outside and see what the real world looks like.
Perfect, let's do it.
Road trip.
Okay, welcome to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We're here to do a test of the impact of worn headlights on down road visibility.
The True Sleuths will conduct this test by comparing 2 nearly identical cars. The only difference? One car is equipped with worn older bulbs, while the second car will be installed with brand new bulbs. Greg and Joe will drive both of these cars down a stretch of pitch black asphalt towards a target placed in the middle of the road. The 2 of them will continue to drive down the road until they can make visible confirmation of the target. They will then measure the distance from the stopped vehicle to the target.
All right, well, hey, we're ready to go. Engineers dim overtime, marketing guys dim overtime, headlights dim overtime. Lock and load.
I don't see anything. Right about here?
I don't see anything.
I see nothing.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Yep, good.
I see the coat now. Wow.
Yeah,
That took a while.
that took a lot longer than I thought it would. All right, Joseph, I will go find your missing lab coat. Hey, what do you know? Miraculously, I can see the readout. It must be all those carrots I eat.
Hey, did you have a beer during break? You're walking crooked, more towards the dotted line.
What do you got, about another 75 feet to go?
I'm at 292. My guess is maybe another 100. Hey, Joe, I found your lost lab coat.
Thanks. Don't touch it.
All right, what do you think the final tally's gonna be?
460.
You're actually 465.06. It's better than I expected, but I really think with the brand new light bulbs, it's gonna make a much more significant difference. Yeah, I'm curious to see what this next test is gonna do. It's gonna be like the last piece of the puzzle.
Yep.
We're getting the vehicle in position. We are about to do the second car, which has the brand new 9006 OEM headlamps in it.
Ready?
All right, let's go find engineer man's missing lab coat.
Okay. I'll see a thing. Still don't see anything.
I see. I
it.
definitely
I
see
the
it.
Lab coat. Right there.
Definitely see it. Just going out for an evening stroll. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
All right, here we go. Wow, we got a long way to go.
476, so we're 10 feet past the other already.
766. I mean, that's a huge difference.
And don't forget, that's just down road. That has nothing to do with periphery.
All right, I'm thinking we can have this discussion in a heated car because I'm freezing.
All right, we're heading down.
You know, Joe, that was a great test result. We know headlights dim over time, but I didn't expect that in a real-world setting out on the road at night that we would see over a 300-foot difference between bulbs that are nearing burnout and brand new bulbs.
You know, Greg, 300 feet. You know what that is? That's a football field, and at 65 miles an hour, that's a 3-second difference between the two bulbs. In other words, the brand new bulb has a 3-second increased chance of seeing the object on the road, such as a deer, moose, or a lab coat standing in the middle of the road.
You know, and with the average age of the cars on the road being 10 years old, if you can't remember the last time you changed your headlights,
You gotta do
this
it.
is showing you really need to, because
Yes.
you're running around with a compromised down road beam at night.
So what do you think about the case?
I think in terms of headlights dimming over time, this one is definitely
closed.